Yeah, my phone ran out of data. People are just going to be focused on him. But here we have over here.
Here we have over here.
Here we have over here the SPF rating, so you
Wait,
can
you're
see.
really gonna say that?
Yeah.
No.
Obviously, this video is about sunscreen and sunblock, and I'm exaggerating a little bit. This isn't how you want to put on sunscreen. You don't want it glopped on. Okay, the topics of this video are sunscreen versus sunblock, UV radiation, SPF, things to avoid in your sunscreen, 5 is environmental impact, and 6 is how I pick my sunscreens, which is the most important. Sunscreen versus sunblock. So sunscreen absorbs into your skin and absorbs the UV radiation before it can damage your skin. Sunblock, on the other hand, is a literal barrier in between the UV radiation in your skin, preventing you from getting sunburned. Personally, I prefer sunblock on my face because it's thicker, it stays on. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's also pretty hard to get this all over your body. You're gonna be a giant white ghost. So sunscreens are usually more affordable and easier to spread all over your whole body. Second topic, UV radiation. So there's 2 main types of UV radiation to consider when you're looking at a sunscreen. There's UVA versus UVB. Ideally, you want your sunscreen to protect against both. UVA in short terms causes more aging, while UVB causes the sunburns and is more responsible for the cancerous effects of the sun. So when I was surfing in Santa Barbara in New York, you'd often have to wear a pretty thick wetsuit and it would cover up your whole body, but you'd get this nice line here in your hands. So you get something I like to call a reverse suntan. So I wore these tan lines with a badge of honor. When you saw somebody else out with the same tan lines, you'd give them a nice what's up, just like a motorcycle would do to another motorcycle, or those Jeep people do to the other Jeep people. Or the cyclists. Pro tip. So if you're out at the Del Mar bars and you're trying to tell somebody's age because you're trying to pick them up and you want to know but you don't want to ask, just check the back of their hands. A lot of people forget to put sunscreen in this area, additionally the neck, so you can tell how old somebody is by looking at these areas. Pro tip, ladies and men, make sure the back of your hands, neck, and your chest. These areas show aging the most other than your face. Topic number 3, SPF. So logically, you would think that an SPF 30 has twice the protection of an SPF 15, but that's not true. An SPF of 30 has approximately 97% protection coverage. Meanwhile, an SPF of 15 has 93%, so there's not a huge difference. So there's no reason to go after those SPF 100s and plus, they just end up being a lot thicker. All right, it's been about 90 minutes. Time to reapply. Nice and white. Number 4, things to avoid. So a lot of these ingredients in sunscreen, like oxybenzone, are endocrine and hormone disruptors that can cause a lot of things down the line that you just don't want in your body, especially young kids. You're young, you're growing, your hormones are changing. It's not something that you want to put in your body. These are things you want to avoid. Half these names I can't even pronounce. So I'm going to leave a list and a link in the bio for things to avoid. And later on, I'm going to put in an app that'll just solve all this for you and you won't have to read through all these long names. So I'm going to read the 11 most common, or at least I'm going to try to read the 11 most common things that are in sunscreen that you want to avoid. Oxybenzone, avivabenzone, homosaline, oxytrenate, octosrelene, cinnonate, doxybenzone, insozole, meritonate, palmate O, sulfabenzone. Look, no one's gonna memorize these things. So I'm gonna leave you the link in the bio, and better yet, I'm gonna leave you an app at the end of this video that's gonna blow you away. Unfortunately, there's another thing that you need to avoid, and that's aerosol sunscreens. I know they're very convenient, easy. You do waste a lot by spraying it, but the problem is that it gets in your lungs. And the better ones, sunscreens that I like, are the mineral-based ones. Those are severely toxic if you get them in your lungs. The other ones will get in your lungs and irritate them, but things like zinc, they're really gonna hurt your lungs if they get in there. Number 5, environmental impact. So this is a little outside of my field, but as a surfer, I really think this is important for the environment. So just 1 drop of oxybenzone in a 6.5 Olympic-sized pool of water is enough to damage coral reefs. So once these chemicals are in the water, they actually decrease the coral's defense against bleaching, damaging their DNA and hurting their development. Coral reefs in Hawaii are exposed to over 6,000 tons of sunscreen every year. That's insane. That's so much sunscreen. So I'm going to leave a link to two different things. One's a toxic sunscreen guide to coral reefs and things that you should avoid and ones that you should use. The second one is a movie that's free on YouTube that's really great called Chasing Coral. It's about bleaching coral and how it's changing our environment. 6, how I choose a sunscreen. So I'm not sponsored by this app, but it's a really great app that I think everybody should know about. It's called Yuka, Y-U-K-A. Yuka is a free mobile app that allows you to scan the barcodes of food and personal care products and instantly see their impact on your health. A rating and detailed information can help you understand the analysis of each product. You can scan the barcode for a product and it will give you the health score out of 100 based on the ingredients. If it's a bad product, it'll also give you product recommendations for similar products. Yuka also works for food. I hope this helps you make your decisions. Make the best sunscreen choices your dog thinks you make.